Hi, Juliette.
Hi,
Thank you for the interview.
thank you for having me.
Congrats with the movie. What was the most surprising challenge you faced while directing your film?
Well, I gathered a lot of footage, 170 hours of rushes, dailies, and because I didn't have a script, I didn't know what I was going to discover while watching the rushes, and I had to make a story out of what I had, and I didn't know how I was going to tell the story. So it took me a while to see what I really wanted to express through the film, and mainly what I wanted is for the audience, for the spectator to have the experience to be very close to a creating process, co-creating a show, because Akram Khan, who's a choreographer and dancer, and me as an actress, co-creating was a challenge because we came from very different, art forms, dance and acting, but also skin colors, religions, background. He comes from a very kind of solid married family. I come from chaotic divorced parents. So there were so many differences, but we had to learn to work together and jump into the unknown.
Right.
Him wanted to act and me wanted to move, and learning, in 6 months to move to dance was challenging.
By the way, acting and dancing looks hard. How was it to act and dance and direct at the same time?
Well, it was challenging. It was sometimes I felt I was in a blurry kind of place because I couldn't memorize the movement. But it was also very exciting because there was a lot of improvisations, and I had to make movements from a sensation inside me. So it was a discovering of a part of myself that I didn't know. So it's exciting, and at the same time it was difficult. And you see that throughout the whole film, the challenges on both sides, on Akram's side and my side, and how we had to we made a show together, and you see the show as well at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. And how do you feel French cinema is responding to the cultural and the political changes happening right now in France?
The relationship between French cinema and the politics?
Nowadays, specifically, more like, do you see something moving in cinema that is attached to the moment we are living in your country?
Yeah, a lot of directors, authors, writers in France, they're absolutely writing about what's going on. There's a need of awareness and clarity because there are changes happening so, furiously throughout, what we see in the news. And I think in France, there are a lot of expressions of those questions of what are we living? There's a sort of a awe and, and a sort of a worry about what's going on, definitely. And you see that in the different art forms, definitely.
And we are seeing this kind of thing in kind of many cinemas, Brazilian, but also. And you recently gave the award for The Secret Agent for Kleber. So what are your thoughts about the movie?
Well, I'm a big fan of this film, and I fought for it. And I'm so proud that he was in the palmarès. And then you had two prizes. I love Kleber's imagination and freedom, and you can see through a talent, you can feel his being, you can feel his intelligence, and reinventing. Even though it's inspired by the 70s and the style of the 70s, there's an invention in what he's doing, the way he's shooting. I love the old woman. She's not an actress, actually, but choosing her and putting her in the film. And Wagner has a presence that is so human and has humor. There's a distance, and at the same time you're in. I loved it all, I have to say. And the leg, jumping like this, and the cat with the two heads, and all that I loved, because it's like in life, you have so many, you can be really in awe of what's happening around you, because it's always surprising. So,
yeah. Well, you visited Brazil a few times. What has struck you the most about Brazilian culture?
I walked on the beach this morning because, of course, coming from Europe, you wake up very early.
Yeah.
So you see people on the beach. And so I went for a walk, and very quickly, a lot of people were there, having a good time. And I'm not used to that, because my life, I'm kind of, always kind of racing, and I don't have this kind of chilling moments. Not a lot. And it feels like Brazilian people feel like they love, they enjoy life, and they like spending time together. Yeah. It feels like that, but I don't know if it's like that.
Well, at least in Rio. In São Paulo, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
And have you seen anything from our cinema recently besides The Secret Agent?
No, because I was working nonstop. I did some theater.
Insanely.
I went to Greece in Epidaure, and I haven't stopped. And also in the film I just did, it took a lot of my energy and time and focus, and so it's a lot to deal with when you make a film.
And you're doing this for so long, and what motivates you to innovate and to try new things?
Well, you have to be inspired, and you have to be in touch with something in you that is going into your need. What do you need? What do you really feel like you want to live in your life? Because I passed quite a lot of years now, and so what's left of me? I really have this question become even more important, because I want to make sure that I'm really in the center of myself. So it means asking yourself questions and being in touch with your feelings. And so every day is really a challenge of what's important to me, the values of what's important to yourself. I think it's key to be at the end of your life, to feel like, I didn't live someone else's life. I lived the life I chose. Right. And it's very important to, question the values you think that are and movable. And if they need to move, just make them move.